Hello, my name is Ilona, and in this video I wanted to take a look at a few countries in South America, and I'm talking about Paraguay, Bolivia, Venezuela and Brazil. Especially Brazil is quite interesting because the president refused to condemn Russia. That's interesting, but they did, if I'm not mistaken, voted against Russia on UN, the Security Council resolution. So that's interesting what is going on there. But let's see. First I want to take a look at Paraguay. So let's see what the energy is of Paraguay. We have the Two of Wands. Central card is the Six of Pentacles. We have the Star in the past. We have the Seven of Cups underneath the central card, and we have the High Priest and the King of Swords for the near future, the future. So what I can tell is that the people are a bit stuck. They feel stuck. There's not much movement going on. There's a lot of confusion going on, I think. So people are confused. They're kind of just following along. I'm not sure. I don't feel a lot of, how do you say this, energy that they're really standing up for themselves in Paraguay. I have to say I barely know anything about Paraguay. So this is the feeling I'm getting, that people are a bit apathic, a bit like, well, what's the point? And they don't know what is going on. There needs to be a balance there. It's trying to balance out so people will understand what is going on. But to be very honest, it's almost a feeling like it's standing still, kind of. And especially with the future, there are still some dark energies there. And the King of Swords is almost, I think that, feeling I'm getting is that the dark energies still have some things up their sleeves. They're still capable of doing certain things. But another plan is being looked at. How do you say this? This is, to me, there's white hats influences there as well. And they're kind of watching what the dark energies are going to do there. I don't think they can do a lot ultimately. I do believe that the white hats are pretty much in control everywhere around the world. But there are still some parts and some dark energies that need to be taken care of. So these are the dark energies here in Paraguay, but they are being monitored. They're being watched just to see what's going on, what they're going to do. And there's something very calculating about this. So if they are really stepping out of line, someone will take care of it or something else will be put into place. But the people in Paraguay feel very almost defeated. They don't know what's going on. There's not much balance going on there. That's the feeling I'm getting. It needs to be balanced. And there are still dark energies going on there. That's the feeling I'm getting. So it's like I said, I don't know a lot about the country. To be very honest, I barely know anything at all about the countries. This is the feeling I'm getting. It's almost like it's stuck in the energy. Something needs to happen there to open things up. I'm just gonna get an extra card. What's going on there? Yes, this is, I just pulled another card because this feeling of being stuck is just, ooh, that's an awful feeling. It's a very low energy. They need to move away from that. And I think something will happen that will get them moving because this energy needs to start moving. It feels very stuck. And this again is also the Swords. So I have a feeling that information will come out or things will be made public. So the people of Paraguay are starting to move in a different direction because it feels very closed off almost. Now I'd like to take a look at Bolivia. See the energy of Bolivia. What's going on there? Bolivia. See, we have the King of Wands. That's interesting. The Eight of Pentacles as the central card. We have the Devil in the past. We have the 10 of Swords underneath the 8 of Pentacles, and we have the 6 of Wands. So this is completely, and Page of Swords. I just pulled an extra card for the future. Completely different energy than Paraguay. I believe that in Bolivia there is way more white hats influences that people can really see. It's picking up. A lot of hard work is being done. It wouldn't surprise me at all. There were a lot of dark energies there, especially with the devil in the past. So a lot of dark energy, maybe even underneath. I do believe that everywhere around the world, a lot of awful things happened underneath, and they're really cleaning that up. I believe in Bolivia, most of it is cleaned up. They're working really hard, and the people there are pretty fed up with everything. This is really the card about radical change. So I get a completely different energy than Paraguay. It's almost like the people in Bolivia are way more moving, and there's at least this energy to step into their power and not accepting this anymore. Work still needs to be done, but I do believe that the white hats are way more in control there. Not that they're not in control in Paraguay, or more on the background. In Bolivia, I have a feeling that they're more moving along, and they're more on the foreground. That's the feeling I'm getting. And especially with this is victory. So the near future, or the future of Bolivia, is really good. And people are more and more opening up for new information, opening up for new what's going on, what's really happening. But this is actually a very beautiful energy, and in a way a very strong energy. It's almost like very different from Paraguay. Bolivia has a very different energy from Paraguay. So that's very interesting. I'm not sure if that is actually the case for the people living there, but that's the feeling I'm getting. This energy is way more, strong, way more in control of their own feeling. Way more things are happening there. So I find this very interesting. Now I'd like to take a look at Venezuela. Let's see. Venezuela. What's the energy there? There's of course a lot of things that happened there. I'm not completely up to date on everything. But Venezuela, let's see. We have the 8 of Swords as the card above. We have the 8 of Wands as the central card. We have the 5 of Wands in the past. We have the Strength card underneath the 8 of Wands. And we have the Emperor for the future and the 8 of Cups. That's interesting. I'm seeing this card, so that must be some kind of importance. So I'm going to leave it with the near future, the future, and that's the 9 of Wands. So there's still a lot of restrictions going on in Venezuela, but things are moving fast there, very, very fast. There was a lot of arguing, I think, and a lot of problems just between people, maybe also in the government. That it's in the past, a lot of struggle, but right now it's really about people limiting themselves, feeling limited. They feel like they can't go anywhere, but things are moving very fast, especially with the 8 of Wands. That's like you see these wands flying through the sky. A lot of things are going to happen. And strength is coming in. So people are connecting to that strength more and more in Venezuela. So I think they're going to see more and more what's going on, the government, what's happening there. I have this feeling it's almost like they're waking up. That's like part of the Great Awakening, obviously, but there's more waking up there. And in the future, this is interesting. We have the Emperor, which to me is like military. So the military will step in eventually. Moving away from all these old things that don't fit them anymore. It's not suitable, but a lot of healing needs to be done. I do believe in Venezuela, a lot of things have happened, maybe even underground, above ground. A lot of things have happened in that country, people mistreated, unfortunately. And there's a lot of healing that needs to be done, a lot of healing. That's the feeling I'm getting. But people are just getting more and more in this strength energy. So things are changing in Venezuela. But there's still a lot of people that feel limited, but things are moving fast. So I do believe that people will be able to connect more and more with their strength, Like I said, most likely the military will step in to take over there. So that's Venezuela. And now I just want to take a look at Brazil, which is interesting. Brazil, what's going on there? Let's see, Brazil. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Five of Wands, that's the central card. We have the Empress in the past. We have the Magician underneath the central card. And we have Strength for the future. And the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, that's interesting because this really shows to me there's a lot of white hat influences in Brazil. I think that you can really tell also with the president who didn't want to condemn Russia. There's some things going on there. So there are white hat influences, but there's still struggle going on there. Maybe there's still some dark energy that need to be taken care of, if I'm not mistaken. There was this court case that wanted to stop Telegram or not let Telegram show any news there anymore. And the president was very angry about that. So there's still dark energy working there, and there is still struggles going on. But more and more the white hats are taking over the control. It's about showing people also what's going on, especially the justice systems apparently still has dark energies there. And it's showing, it's really, people are starting to see. Like I said, I feel that there's more white hat is more prevalent there, so you can really see it. And they're working towards strength and a plan that's being rolled out. So that feels like the white hat plan is rolling out there. And we're going to see more and more of that in the near future. Strength card. So the people in Brazil are really going to step into the strength. This is a completely different energy to Paraguay. It's almost like this. The plan is unfolding. The white hat plan is already unfolding in Brazil. And more people are starting to understand their own strength, are waking up. So there's a lot going on there, but to me that feels like a very positive, if I have to feel the other energies, you know, Paraguay, Bolivia, Venezuela. I believe in Brazil, a lot more is going on. In Venezuela, there was still this feeling of being limited or powerless. There is, of course, struggles, but I have a feeling it's more of struggles of the dark energy and the white hat energy showing what's going on and showing the corruption that's going on in the country. That's the feeling I'm getting. So it's more of a struggle, but not necessarily that it's going to go anywhere. And I do believe that the white hats are pretty much following their plan there as well. So people will, get into their power again, especially with the Magician and with Strength card. They will get back to who they really are. So I do believe in Brazil, a lot of things are moving in the right direction. I don't get very negative feelings. There are no really negative cards, especially this card is surrounded by positive cards. So to me, this is really about showing what's going on, not necessarily there's still a lot of fighting going on that could result in all kinds of things. I think this is a very controlled fighting. That's the feeling I'm getting, like it's in control. It's more to show things. Like I said, the near future, Strength card for Brazil, and the plan that's being rolled out. So I get actually very positive feelings about this and the energy of Brazil. I'd like to leave it at this, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye. Oh.